presentation today is evaluation of the anti-hyperlipidemic activity of original isolated from crude rice bran oil on tretone WR1339 induced acute hyperlipidemia in rats. Hyperlipidemia and atherosclerosis are some of the major thrust areas for which we need some novel therapeutic strategies even now. Considering the fact that we have so many diverse array of allopathic anti-hyperlipidemic agents available, still recently there has been a surge of global interest pertaining to the beneficial effects of commercially important bioactive phytochemicals like originols obtained from crude rice bran oil. In view of some serious limitations of the existing techniques of the isolation of originols from crude rice bran oil, such as lack of productivity, exuberant cost, involvement of multiple stage processes and lack of reproducibility of the processes, we need to find out some novel techniques or some simple economical techniques for the isolation of original from rice bran oil. If we look into the scenario of in vivo studies, there have been numerous studies which have elucidated the effect of rice bran oil as well as original on lipid metabolism as well as oxidation in both animal and humans. However, the results have been pretty interesting as well as a bit contrasting. While certain studies, they have focused on original's potential anti-hyperlipidemic action in rats and in other animal species, some studies, they have said that original partially went against the supposed anti-atherogenic property of the original in animal models. In view of these interesting yet contrasting findings, the aims of the present investigation was to develop and optimize a simple technique for isolating original from crude rice bran oil, followed by its evaluation of its anti-hyperlipidemic activity in tretone WR1339 induced acute hyperlipidemia in rats, and finally to determine the probable mechanism of action responsible for the anti-hyperlipidemic activity of original. Coming to the various material and methods aspects, the first step was extraction of rice bran oil. It was conducted from a freshly obtained rice bran using food grain N-hexane by Soxhlet extraction technique. Original content was determined in crude RBO by spectrophotometric techniques. A novel method of isolation of original from crude rice bran oil was carried out using a two-step crystallization technique. The first step was called the first solvent crystallization, followed by a second solvent crystallization. In the first step, we had original rich liquid phase, which was then subjected to second crystallization step using hexane as anti-solvent, and finally getting the original crystals at 4 degrees centigrade. Once we have the original crystals in hand, we went for the quantitative analysis of the original content in the sample by again UV spectrophotometric techniques. The in vivo studies, it were conducted using adult Wistar rats of either sex. The experimental protocol was approved by the Institutional Animal Ethics Committee. We had 6 groups of animals, each group comprising of 6 rats, normal control, vehicle control given olive oil, tretone WR1339 induced group, original 50 mg per kg group along with the tretone induced group, original 100 mg per kg group along with the tretone induced group, and atorvastatin 2 mg per kg used as standard drug along with the tretone induced group. The respective treatments were administered for 21 days, and on the 21st day, a single interperitoneal injection of tretone WR1339 at the dose of 400 mg per kg in saline was given. The various parameters which were estimated included the serum lipid profile and the coronary risk factor predictor indices. In the liver homogeneate, we estimated parameters like the various antioxidant enzymes, including reduced glutathione, and the extent of lipid peroxidation estimated via malondialdehyde estimation. Statistical analysis were conducted using one-way ANOVA followed by Tuckey's multiple comparison tests. Coming to the results, these 4 tables, they pictorially represent the optimization of the techniques for the isolation of original from crude rice bran oil. The first table, it indicates the effect of various temperatures on original enrichment. As we move on, as we go on reducing the temperature, we have the percentage content increased, while the percentage recovery, it was subsequently reduced. If we consider the effect of various storage times, as we go on increasing the storage time, the original content, it was found to be increased along with a reduction in the original percentage recovery. Moving on to the second crystallization step, we estimated certain storage time, wherein we found that along with the increase in storage time, the percentage content as well as the percentage recovery in original, it was subsequently improved. However, when we added hexane as an anti-solvent to improve the nucleation process and the rate of formation of original crystals, it was observed that the percentage content in pure original crystals as well as the percentage recovery was significantly improved. The in vivo studies conducted in Wistar rats, it was found that the total cholesterol and the triglyceride levels were subsequently reduced using original 50 mg and 100 mg doses in a dose-dependent manner as compared to the ketone-induced group. The VLDL cholesterol and the LDL cholesterol levels were significantly reduced in both the original groups in a dose-dependent manner as compared to the ketone-induced group. On the other hand, HDL cholesterol, which is considered to be the so-called good cholesterol, their levels were subsequently elevated in a dose-dependent manner in both the original group as compared to the ketone-induced group. Coming to the estimation of the atherogenic risk predictor indices for atherogenic indexes, the original 50 mg as well as 100 mg groups, they were found to reduce the atherogenic index, and with the subsequent elevation of the HDL ratio and the subsequent reduction of the LDL-HDL ratio as compared to the ketone-induced group. Coming to the liver antioxidant levels, the original groups, they subsequently reduced the levels of malondial levels, and they subsequently elevated the endogenous levels of the antioxidant enzymes like reduced glutathione. So to conclude, original was isolated from crude RBO in a study with high purity and recovery by simple two-step crystallization technique by optimizing the temperature and the storage conditions. Moreover, original demonstrated a significant anti-hyperlipidemic activity in rats in an acute hyperlipidemia model by showing subsequent reduction in the serum lipid profile and an elevation in the endogenous antioxidant levels. The findings are pretty encouraging, although it requires further assessment on cellular and molecular levels. I would like to thank the Department of Science and Technology, New Delhi, India, for providing the financial assessment for carrying out this work. Thank you.